Hello, Aquarians. Welcome to Souls Intersect. This is going to be a love reading for July and August. I'm going to read what comes to me intuitively, but I do have the goal in mind of addressing both singles and couples, but it's possible if there's too many strong messages about either one that it will be more about either one. But we'll see what comes up. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. Okay, so let's tune in here. Okay, so what I'm picking up on in terms of romantic love and relationships is, firstly, for some of you who are seeing someone or in a relationship, I'm feeling that you're holding back on something. I feel that, or holding on to something. It feels like there's something between you and another person that is something that is making you angry, or it's possible it's not that extreme, that it could be something that is annoying you or frustrating you, or like I said, anger, or even some deep resentment. So it could be happening on different levels, but it does feel like it is coming between you somewhat. And the impression that I'm getting is that you're holding back on taking any action, that you're just sort of, you're holding your ground in a sense. I don't feel like you're being submissive or anything like that, but you aren't taking action. And the impression that I'm getting is that the time is going to come that you will need to take some action. So that may be something for you to consider right now. And in the meantime, to possibly think about why it is that you don't feel ready to do that, or are holding back. And also congratulate yourself for holding your ground. I'm getting kind of the flip side of that though too, that some of you may even resent yourself for feeling a certain way, feeling anger, feeling frustration about something, and that may be why you're not taking action, but that you're not, so in a sense, not holding your ground, or at least not feeling confident in why you feel a certain way towards something. I feel that something will shift, and it may just shift in you, that you won't be able to hold back anymore, or that there'll be some kind of turn of events that will cause you to really feel like you absolutely have to address this issue or take action in some way. It's possible that you're involved with a water sign or someone who's really sensitive. It could be male or female, but I'm feeling that the partner or the love interest is the King of Cups. And I'm feeling you guys right now more as the Queen of Pentacles, and again, could be male or female. But it has to do with the perspective that you're taking on it right now, and it is very much in terms of holding your ground, and holding on to something. I also feel that there may be some hesitation to take action because of you feel that you're in a stable situation. Could be financially, or it could just be, it makes you feel secure and stable, and so that you're worried that might get disrupted, and that's part of why you're not taking action right now. And it's also possible, some of you who are single, that you're holding back as well. It does feel like there is good luck coming in for you, and that things could change towards the end of the summer or a little bit later, like with the change of the seasons. I'm picking that up from the Wheel of Fortune. But even if that's the case, and if there is anything that's feeling stagnant right now, especially if you're single, I feel like in a sense you are choosing this, that you're holding on, you're holding back because you're actually comfortable at some level. So while you may be interested in someone, also possibly a water sign, or just interested in finding that ideal person, a sensitive man or woman, that at the same time, so you may be yearning for it, but at the same time, you're at a place where you're pretty comfortable with where you're at. So even if things aren't great financially, for some of you they are, or even if things aren't feeling stable at work or with friends, for some of you those things are stable, or some of those things are and some aren't. But it could just be how you feel internally as well. It's like um, you've got a routine that things are kind of happening at an even pace. So even if you're yearning for something, you might not quite be ready to take any action in regard to, let's say, finding love, or telling someone how you feel that you may not be quite involved with yet. And if that's the case, I also feel like there's part of why I would say it's your higher self, you on some level, that is still holding back and isn't quite ready. And I feel like it's also because, so on one level you're comfortable with certain things, but you also have some things to work through still. I know that sounds cliche, but I can't ignore the Five of Swords coming up, and it feels like if for those of you who are single and it doesn't feel like anything's happening right now, or what you're hoping to happen isn't quite working out the way that you want it to, I do feel that it's because of something going on. Just some couple of messages. Just healing some old resentments, but also something to do with balancing, like a need to balance your perspective on relationships, also sorting out some of your beliefs about relationships, and also just about love. So there's a little bit of learning that needs to be done, but I still get that feeling of like things can change with the change of the season, and that doesn't literally mean that it has to be like when the season changes on the calendar, but that it can happen that quickly. So none of this feels like any deep rooted issues. It just feels like a little bit of a transition period. Okay, so let me see if I pick up on anything else. Okay. In terms of a couple, back to that, I feel that there may be some age difference between these two. And I'm just seeing the Queen of Pentacles sort of looking down, and the King of Cups with the back slightly turned to the situation. And I do feel a bit of a rift. It feels like there's definitely some anxiety and some resentment and some things that have just, it's almost like that period where you've been fighting, and so sometimes when you're arguing you have this drive and you want to get your point across, and you keep trying to, but then there's that moment where you both just kind of sigh and you're really frustrated. It's not resolved yet, but you almost take like a break. I'm feeling that right now, and it's especially for a couple. And I'm not. I don't mean to laugh. It's just interesting how the messages are coming to me for this. I just literally saw it. It was like watching a movie, sort of. I saw two people in the midst of an argument, and it's just something that I think we all know personally too. So it just seemed really familiar to me. But it does seem like that kind of moment in an argument where it's very much not done, but it's like a little bit of a ceasefire because you just don't even know what direction to go in. And well, the message there though is that it almost feels like out of your control what direction you will go in, because again I feel that something will come into play that will sort of shift things around. And there's really, I'm not feeling any certain outcome or anything right now about it. It just feels like a new direction does have to be taken, and it will, and the outcome's going to be different for different ones of you. And we'll take a look a little bit down the road and see where things stand for you Aquarians in terms of romance. Okay, if you have any questions, please leave comments, or again, feel free to email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. And don't forget to check out your general reading also. I'll put the link to that in the description. Thank you.